Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to talk about length retention. When it comes to retaining length when you have natural hair or any type of hair, it's about using proper techniques in order for you to help retain your length. Your hair grows between 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch every month. So if you're able to retain that, that's great. But if not, then you have to look at what it is that you're doing where you're losing your length. The things that I've put into my practice from the beginning of when I became natural was to deep condition. I used to deep condition on a fairly regular basis, whether it was every week or every other week. And I noticed that my hair was flourishing at that time. I mean, if you look at the pictures from back when I first became natural, you could see that my hair was nice and full, and it was moisturized. Deep conditioning helps bring back the moisture that you lost throughout the week. So whether it's, your environment, your styling tools, your products that you're using, deep conditioning every week at least helps to restore that moisture. So when it comes to deep conditioning, I always use heat. If I can't use heat, then I always make sure that I have like a plastic bag or a shower cap on my head to help trap in the heat that I have from my head. But for the most part, if you use heat, that's best because it helps to get that deep conditioner into the cuticles and helps to condition your hair. So the next step I have is low manipulation styles. So that's one of my main things, low manipulation. Like people that know me, or even you guys see me on my Instagram, you don't really see me putting my hair in a lot of styles throughout the week. I'll style my hair if I'm like trying on a product or maybe I'm going somewhere, but I'll have my hair in either twists or braids, and that'll be it. If you really want to see some length retention, put your hair in a protective style for an extended period of time, for at least 2 to 3 weeks. It really helps. Like it really helps. Next tip, trimming when necessary. It's good to have like a set schedule, but if you notice that your ends have more single strand knots than normal, or split ends, or you find that when you're combing your hair, you find a lot of hair on the floor in your sink, that's probably a good indicator that you need a trim. And also if your styles are looking a little different, if your twist outs aren't really as full as they used to be, or if the ends are looking a little stringy, then it's probably time for a trim. Next tip is I always wrap my hair. So as soon as I come in, I wrap my hair. I put my ends away. I just put my hair away, pretty much. For the most part, I have my hair out like this. I'll have my hair out in a style where it's in a twist out, and my ends are always on my clothes and just rubbing and all this kind of stuff. So for the most part, I'll have to put it away. So I'm gonna moisturize my hair, seal it with some shea butter or an oil, and then wrap it up, and then I'm good. If you're a person that always has your hair out and it's always rubbing on your clothes, or if you're a person that always has your hands in your hair and is always twirling and twisting and doing all kind of things with it, then you need to tuck your ends away. And next tip is I don't brush my hair when it's dry at all. I always brush my hair or comb my hair in the shower, or if I'm doing a pre-poo. I never ever comb my hair when it's dry. I've done that a few times when I'm in a rush, I'm trying to be all like, yeah, I can do this. As soon as I did that, hair everywhere. Breaks my ends because my hair was dry and I'm trying to pass a comb or a brush through it. Next tip, I pre-poo my hair. So I always prepare my hair before I shampoo. For me, it helps me because it helps me save time for the whole wash day. And it helps me take out the initial tangles, the knots, the dead shed hairs from my hair before I get into the shower. It helps protect my hair, obviously, from the shampoos if I'm using a shampoo with sulfates in it. I'll put my hair in 4 sections. I'll grab my water, my oil, and my conditioner, or I'll pre-poo with an oil, and then I'll just comb through my hair and then pre-poo there. When I'm in the shower, I'm not combing through old knots and shed hair. So if I don't get rid of those knots from before, and then I'm shampooing and I'm adding more knots, pre-pooing doesn't take that long. I mean, unless your hair is like really matted and really tangled, pre-pooing shouldn't take you more than like 5-10 minutes, maybe at the most, depending on the length of your hair. But I find that it really helps with wash day, helps keep you organized, it helps reduce shedding a lot. Like I have a lot less shedding in the shower than I would if I didn't pre-poo before. Another tip is to avoid heat. Initially, I didn't have to use heat. I didn't use heat because I had a TWA, and it wasn't probably until maybe a year or 2 after becoming fully natural that I started using heat. And the only heat that I really used at that time was just blow drying my hair, just blow drying, kind of see the length and to put my hair in different styles. But for the most part, I stay away from heat. Not as of late, because I've been experimenting with my hair, but staying away from heat really helps because, yeah, I mean, initially when you first use it, you don't really notice a difference. You don't really notice any change in your hair. But over time, if you're not really careful using heat protectants and different things, But over time, the structure of your hair breaks down and it gets thinner, and you know, just the integrity of the hair strand itself just wears down and it breaks down. So you have to be careful with that. And you can't restore that. Once the damage is done, you can't do anything about it. So basically, at the end of the day, leave your hair alone. Do the bare minimum to it, and you'll notice a big difference. I get it. You have hair, you want to play with it, you want to do different things, but it's up to you. If you want to retain length, you gotta keep it basic. You have to keep it at a bare minimum. You and I are different. So the way I handle my hair is different from the way you handle your hair. The rule of thumb that I have with dealing with hair and dealing with your ends of your hair is treat it like a baby. You know, be gentle, be soft, you know? Watch your technique, because if you're trying everything that like what I'm saying or what other people are saying and it's not working, I mean, take a look at what's going on with you, whether it's health-wise, you know, medications that you're taking, different products that you might be using that aren't compatible with your particular hair type. Try to look at those things and see if that's what's affecting you. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope this helped. If you have any more questions, comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.